that it is unconstitutional to deny marriage to a couple of the same sex. Absolutely. Thank you. This was, without question, a glorious, glorious day for everyone, regardless of sexual orientation, who cares about equality and justice for all. I want to share with you that 30 days later, this is it, thank you, keeps falling. That 30 days later, I had the great honor to perform the first marriage at the state capitol, joining two men in matrimony. And this wedding ceremony was made even more special by the fact that one of the men was the brother of one of my staff members at the Capitol. After 20 years together, seeing each other through all the challenges life holds, these two men were finally able to legally marry. I can honestly say that it was one of the proudest, happiest, and most touching duties that I have ever performed since I went to Sacramento to be your assemblywoman almost 6 years ago. Yeah. Not because the rest of what I do isn't as important. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that I believe that there is nothing more basic, more essential to our lives on this planet than our commitment to one another. Amen. Is there anything deeper or more profound than two people pledging to love, cherish, and honor each other for a lifetime? And when you consider that the couple I married, like so many other couples who have been joined in matrimony since June 17, had already spent a good portion of their lives together without the benefit of marriage, it makes even more profound to finally have come to this moment in time. As you are aware, I co-authored with my dear friend, Assemblyman Mark Leno, both his bills 2 years in a row in the legislature to legalize same-sex marriage. These bills passed both houses and sadly were vetoed by the governor. Both times, boo. Both times I rose on the assembly floor to say that I simply could not understand this threat that those in opposition were talking about. How in the world the joining together of two people who happen to be of the same sex defines or threatens anyone else's marriage is still something that no one has been able to explain to me.
Nor ever will.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are faced with an initiative, Proposition 8, on the ballot this November, that attempts to undo the landmark decision made by our state Supreme Court and take away your hard-fought right to marry. And happily, this time, the same governor who vetoed those bills that would have legalized same-sex marriage, is not supporting Proposition 8. So we are on the right track, my friends. In 2000, only 6 counties in the state of California defeated Proposition 22. And now a majority of voters polled say they will vote down this effort to take away your rights. We learned a long time ago that separate is not equal, Amen. And it never will be. Amen. In his ruling, Chief Justice Ron George wrote, quote, "Our state now recognizes that an individual's capacity to establish a loving and long-term committed relationship with another person and responsibility to care for and raise children does not depend on the individual's sexual orientation." Justice George, his statement went on further, and it stated, quote, "An individual's sexual orientation, like a person's race or gender, does not constitute a legitimate basis upon which to deny or withhold legal rights." In public meetings and in schools all around the nation, Americans rise to say our country's Pledge of Allegiance, and we recite the words, "with liberty and justice for all." For the life of me, I just can't figure out what part of justice for all they're not getting. So, as always, I stand with you and will continue to do so in your quest for justice. Justice that really is for all. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you.